All right, welcome, Fantasy Football Astrology Channel. Happy Sunday. I got another video for you guys looking at the most interesting components of the draft, and I'm trying to solve these riddles with the help of astrology, right? That's what we do on this channel. It's Fantasy Football Astrology as usual. Okay, so one of the most interesting situations I feel like right now is the San Francisco 49ers. We all know they moved up to the third pick, and there's a bit of a debate, a great debate happening right now. Is it Mac Jones? Is it Justin Fields? And so I'm going to look at the astrology right now. I'm going to show you guys what's going on with the astrology, and we're going to get some answers, and I think we're still going to have plenty of questions anyway. But it's intriguing, and it's just good to know what's going on in the astrology so you can kind of understand how relationships are working. When they show up, you can kind of have a better feel for why things are the way they are. And so, interesting stuff. I really dig it. And so we're going to jump right in here. All right, we got San Francisco 49ers. We got John Lynch, right? GM, great GM in my opinion. And he's a Libra, right? And so Libras are the scale. They are the ones who are focused on balance, okay? And you kind of see this in the personnel grouping. You got Kyle Shanahan as a fire. You got the quarterback as a water. Those kind of offset each other, right? Fire and water, right? And then you look at the personnel grouping down here with the receivers and the tight end. You've got every single element, and you've got every single type within, right? You've got the mutable type, you've got the cardinal type, and you've got the fixed, okay? So you have all the different types, and you've got the guy who assorts the personnel, Libra, creating that balance, right? It's kind of funny to see that. I like to point out kind of the obvious if we can. So that being said, moving on. How does John Lynch work with Kyle Shanahan? Libra picked a Sagittarius as a head coach. What do you know? Those are really good matches. They are both intellectual signs of the zodiac and masculine signs of the zodiac, and they get along, and you can see them here paired together, right? So they're going to see a lot of the same stuff. They're going to have a lot of agreements going on. All right? So, and Kyle Shanahan, Sagittarius as a head coach, it's an okay position. We saw Freddie Kitchen was a Sagittarius. He didn't do so hot. But they are the archer. They are the visionary. Okay? So, you want a fire sign anywhere you can have them. They illuminate the environment. And so, they went out and they got Jimmy G as their quarterback a couple years ago. And so, he's a water sign, Scorpio, with the Sagittarius head coach. Sagittarius is a natural teacher to Scorpio, okay? So that's an interesting position because Sagittarius is right after Scorpio on the astrological chart. Kyle Shanahan is a natural teacher for Jimmy G. So although fire and water don't really mix, you might want to have even a more easy combination than that, but that's the way it is, okay? And so if you look at Jimmy G, I gave him an overall chemistry rating of 23 points. Okay, he's actually the lowest of all the possible quarterbacks tied with Justin Fields, and they're both water signs, right? He has really good chemistry with Brandon Ayuk, right? We saw Brandon Ayuk have a really successful rookie season, all right? He's got pretty dang good chemistry with Debo and so on and so forth. So the chemistry isn't that bad. It's just not as good as the other ones we're going to be looking at, right? And so moving on to Justin Fields, he's my personal, I believe he's going to be the one that they're going to pick at 3. I think they would almost be crazy not to, just consider, I feel like the talent level is so different from Mac Jones, and I feel like he's just shown a lot more than Trey Lance has on a competitive field, so he's a safer pick, and he's also a different guy than Jimmy G. If you're getting Mac Jones, I feel like a Scorpio, these are almost the same guy to me. Right? You've got a guy he's not going to blow you away with his arm strength. He understands defenses. He's trying to make the smart throw. Where you get a guy like Justin Fields, he can probably do that as well as take off down the field for 40 yards. and look good doing it, right? And so he's got a cannon for an arm, and so that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the guys who are making it, you know, like Buffalo and Kansas City. They got Green Bay. They all had cannons for arms, all those quarterbacks, and so there's a really high value for that right now. And as a Pisces, he's going to work well with Ayuk. He's going to work well with Samuel. He's got decent enough chemistry around. He is the lowest rating. And with Kyle Shanahan, how Justin Fields would work with Kyle Shanahan is Sagittarius and Pisces, it's not great, right? They're both mutable, so I don't think they're going to get in each other's way oftentimes, but if it would be Justin Fields kind of putting out Kyle Shanahan's fire, which maybe you would like that. You want the head coach, or you want the quarterback, I think, to just do his own thing, kind of. Don't get too overwhelmed by all of the words and all the theories and ideas. You kind of want your quarterback just to ball out, and Justin Fields is a baller. So interesting placement there. He's my pick at 3, just based on talent, although the astrology actually says Mac Jones has the best astrology overall with everybody. He's got polar opposites with Brandon Ayuk. He's actually a perfect polar opposite with Justin Fields as well, to the day, right? So, and they're opposites in so many ways, right? You have, you've got the athleticism here, and you've got kind of the brainiac over here. And so yeah, Virgos are known to have very strong minds, very organized type minds, and so that comes in handy when assessing the field. You've got other Virgos. Patrick Mahomes is a Virgo. Andrew Luck's a Virgo. And so it makes for a pretty decent quarterback positioning. And so he's got perfect chemistry with Samuel, really great chemistry with Ayuk, and lesser so over here. But overall, he has the highest rating. And with Kyle Shanahan, it'll probably be more that Kyle Shanahan overwhelms Mac Jones, being that he's a fire, and he's going to be going to burn that earth. But and not great matches for either Justin Fields or Mac Jones with Kyle Shanahan. But that's the way that looks to me. Moving on to Trey Lance. I originally made this video because I thought Trey Lance was going to be the most compatible. And with his coach, he is, right? Taurus, John Lynch with a Libra, looking at Trey Lance as a Taurus. They're both ruled by Venus, okay? And so if I had to guess, I'd say Trey Lance looks the best to the coaches, right? If they're out there analyzing and they're feeling the most specific draw, who they're going to like the most, Trey Lance is actually going to have the best compatibility with the higher personnel. So he might be the pick based on that. But based on the overall chemistry of the main weapons of the receiving corps, you've got, he actually came in second. It's not bad, right? Pisces should work pretty good. Deebo Samuel should work great. And so that's the way it looks, guys. My personal pick is Justin Fields, just based on the talent levels. We can never ignore the talent levels. And Mac Jones is the astrological pick, and Trey Lance is the pick for from the higher ups, right? And so there it is. Hope you guys dig it. I know somebody wanted a Rams video. I'm probably going to do a Rams video after the draft. I want to stay focused on really the high intrigue kind of moves that are going around in the first round of the draft this year. And then once the dust kind of settles, Rams will be a super intriguing team to see how Stafford's going to blend with all the weapons over there in LA. So appreciate you guys for tuning in, and all the best.